heard you say difficulty leaving. Like, can we give like kind of a general description of a toxic relationship? Some of those qualifiers that people might hear and go, oh, that is me. Because I think that's really powerful when you walk in a room and you hear something and you go, oh, I didn't know, but you're talking about me, that
Hmm.
resonating. So if you can give just a little bit more, again, of characterizations and features, that might be helpful to the people who are listening today.
Sure. So when I'm talking to the general public, I like to use a lot of also humor. So, some of the things that I will also say is, when you're in this relationship and you know that you're not getting your needs met, or you know that there's probably some things that you just feel empty inside. But just like that when you try to leave this relationship and it kind of pulls you back in, and just like a dog returns to his vomit, there you are back again, right? So a lot of times in our conversations, because we know it's a very serious thing, but when you get people to be lighthearted about their situation, it disarms them. It disarms some of the shame. So we're looking at some of their unhealthy, like obsessive type relationships, and their focus on it becomes preoccupied, and there's a lot of drama that's incorporated in their relationships, right? So we're speaking to people, we talk about dramas, like you don't want the drama, but you find yourself in the drama. And in those specific situations, there's a roller coaster. Come here, go away. I hate you. I love you. Up and down. And let's say that you decide to leave the relationship, and you decide that you want to get back in the relationship. You're hiding it from your friends because now you've blasted them to everybody, and you told them, like, he wasn't no good and all these other things, and now he's back there. Have you found yourself back in those situations, right? So we'll go through common scenarios that people will find themselves in, but they can relate to it. Because one of the things I do also find in our world, in our therapeutic world, and mentoring other therapists, not just a CSET supervisor, but in the state of Florida, is we will go out and we speak a lot of um, therapeutic language, and people hear it and they disconnect. They automatically think that's not me. So I think it's important that we help people understand that it could be any of us. It can be literally any of us. It doesn't matter if you're educated. It doesn't matter, what color you are, what part of the world you live in. That there are certain things that we can all find ourselves in situations. So when we're speaking to people, it's important that they understand that this can be all of them. And then, we also want to address things like there's this underlining sense of abandonment, which is what keeps them in that relationship. The high anxiety that happens in these situations, and the loneliness, right? We want to look at it as they're filling this relationship. There's a big void inside them, and they're filling this relationship themselves by this relationship, and then they get addicted, right? That intermittent reinforcement, that come here, go away, and then just waiting for that person to come back around, like you're waiting for those cookie crumbs where he's going to be nice to you again, or he's going to be. And a lot of women will relate to those types of scenarios when we're speaking and just creating these situations. So we're normalizing it to a certain degree so that it reduces the shame in some of the women audiences, and I think that's so important for them to understand that it could happen to anybody.